2011, ready to get rolling in the desert. Rigged up nicely behind the pace car here as they come up turn 4, anticipating the green flag. Hold on. Green flag in the air. Boogity! Let's go racing in the desert, boys! Kurt Busch got a great launch off turn 2. The double deuce looks to lead lap 1. And here comes Kyle and Carl right behind him.
Darrell, I'm a little surprised on the start of the race that Carl Edwards, he had the option, that he didn't take the outside because it's like he can get it wound up more and get the launch down the back straightaway.
He probably will next time. Probably learned a little something there. That outside usually a little quicker. For the first time in the last 307 laps of competition on this racetrack this weekend, Kyle Busch was not the leader. Jamie Mack, Regan Smith, and Greg Biffle battle. This is for 7th. Speaking of Kyle leading, yesterday, in yesterday's race, he led 200 laps of 200 laps.
And Carl Edwards ran second, 200 of 200 laps.
Trevor Bayne on the move. That's Glendale native Michael McDowell on the inside of the 66. Bill Elliott in the 09. I think Trevor's going to be under a lot of pressure today, Larry, just to keep his car clean and not have any issues. He had trouble in practice on Friday, had trouble yesterday in yesterday's race. He just wants to get a race under his belt after that big Daytona win. His goal today, a top 15 finish. Kevin Harvick, teammate Clint Boyer in the 33, and Jeff Gordon for 15th. First time I saw that Jimmy John's on his car, I thought he had Jimmy Johnson on his car. And if you recall, he said that he put 4848 in his password in his cell phone because he wanted to constantly be reminded of the guy he was going to try to knock off his phone this year. Kurt Busch has led 5 of the last 6 Phoenix races. His younger brother wants the lead, not this time. But down in turn 1, Kyle has the inside line, and he's the new leader.
Looks like Kurt in the 22 tried to do the crossover through 1 and 2, but I think his brother Kyle in the 18 will prevail.
Single file through the first 15 or so. A little bit of gaps here and there, but Carl Edwards now looking over Kurt Busch for 2nd place. Some of the Toyota guys are telling me that because Kyle has run in all 3 races here this weekend, he's got so much information that he's actually been sharing it with all the Toyota teams. Probably saved a little bit of something for himself, though. 2nd is the battle, and Kurt Busch is giving Edwards the inside. Takes it.
One thing I don't think we'll hear about or hear even in our broadcast, unlike Daytona, I don't think you'll hear drivers talking to each other. And each spotter will be taking care of their driver. Yes, teammates may talk to each other under caution, but not during racing.
Probably what you'll hear is somebody will say, well, you tell so-and-so spotter to tell so-and-so, because he doesn't want to get on the radio and talk to him himself. Yes, no co-opetition here between competitors. No frenemies on the racetrack. Jamie Mack is up to 6th, started 8th in the number 1. Mark Truex running 7th, right where he started. Guys are kind of like a bunch of 6-year-olds today. I'll do it myself. Denny Hamlin's number 11 has moved into the top 10. There's Hamlin, who dominated this race a year ago, just didn't win it. Led, what, 190 laps?
Yeah, I felt like this would be a good measuring stick for this 11 team, Denny Hamlin, because, as you mentioned, here in November, they led 190 of the 312 laps, had to pit for fuel late in the race, and that's kind of when the wheel ran off of their championship efforts. They had a good race car at Daytona, but they just never capitalized on it. This is where they need to step it up.
They certainly had their share of trouble at Daytona. I know they're glad to be back here. Even though they didn't win this race last year, I think this is where they're going to get some redemption. They're going after it today. Everyone chasing Kyle Busch. That's been the story of the weekend here in Phoenix.